I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 2 Reunion Part 1. We starting off with Ray and Princess. They let us know that they are now engaged. I guess she didn't forgive all the foolishness that he has put her through these last 2 years as far as cheating, having no apartment slash office slash part-time strip club, being disrespectful to her, going behind her back and communicating with Tierra the whereabouts what she was doing. So I guess she's forgiving him for all that. Whether Ray J has changed, I don't know. But I need to know what is going on with his hair. And I don't know if it's the start of what he wants to be dreads. It looked like beads in his head. It's kind of distraction. But hey, that's the way he wants his hair. Who am I to tell him otherwise? Then we get to this whole story about how she got arrested. Well, what had happened was, well, what they say what had happened was, they was in Vegas. She was hungry. That being her man's like, okay, babe, I'm going to go get you some food. Well, on the way to get her some food or on the way back, his homeboy was like, hey, Ray, let me show you something. It ain't going to take but a minute. What should have taken 10 minutes, well, shouldn't taken 10 minutes, end up being several hours. Now by this time, she hungry. Where's her food at? Where's Ray at? What's going on? So in the midst of all that happening, police were called. And when she was being questioned by the police, she lets us know in the reunion part 1 that, hey, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. She plays dumb, don't know what happened. Police arrest her. Now, this story is quite different from the story that they told us during the beginning of the season. Beginning of the season, it was, oh, I got cracked ribs, ACLs, head splitting open, I was out for a minute, all these things, and she was kept on saying, you let me go to jail, you let me go to jail. Now, that story and the story she's telling now, to me, two different stories. I don't remember the exact story, but I don't remember her ever saying that she played dumb to police. I don't know if it's because the case is over, she don't want to be dragging anything back up, but something's fishy about the story that they're telling now. I guess now that she's back with Ray, he wants her to tell people that, I didn't let you go to jail because I don't want people looking at me sideways. So we just gonna say that you played dumb. Police didn't believe you, thought you was being uncooperative, and that's how you went to jail. I've never been questioned by the police. Never want to be questioned by the police. You see this material right here? This is not jail material. I don't want to be questioned by the police. I don't want to go to the police station. But seeing as how I've never been questioned by the police, I don't think that me saying, I don't know what happened, they're just going to be like, well, I don't believe you. You're coming with us. There had to be some kind of probable cause for them to take her to jail. Was it that Ray, like he said earlier in the season, he was all hurt and toe up and she had some bruises on her knuckles? There had to be some type of evidence to where she went to jail. So this story had several holes in it. So whether the real truth is going to come out, we will never know. So we discussed why Moniece felt that she needed to throw a bottle of water at Princess. Y'all know when Tia Marie and Princess finally met up after Princess realized that, hey, Tia Marie is not the friend that I thought she was. Why it took her so long, like I said before, is beyond me. Well, Moniece lets us know. She said, well, Princess was being slick, talking outside of her neck right there, saying stuff slick by me not being a good mama. That triggered some things in Moniece, and Moniece threw a water bottle at her. It wasn't just like I was just throwing that water bottle just because I'm friends with Tia Marie and I just wanted to jump in. She's not a whole BRANDI thing. She's going to jump in when something is brought to her. And Princess is on the stage talking about you need to shut up. You are homeless. You ain't got no home. You a bum, this, that, and the third. And I'm assuming that Moniece is going through some type of therapy right now because Moniece, she'll be sitting there looking quiet, but it's like a timer going off to where she's ready to pounce. So she's like, you know what? She used her safety word. Don't remember what that word was, but she's like, I'm going to excuse myself and get off the stage, because old Moniece would have jumped over her and ripped every single hair off of her head and then handed her to her politely. New Moniece, she's in her woo side. No, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. What the heck is bothering me? Shout out to Family Matters. But anyways, she's like, you know what? I'm going to excuse myself from this stage. Take a moment, because I don't want to get ignorant with this girl right here, because you know I will. I've done it before, and most likely I will do it again. Rich is sitting there was like, okay, see, look here, this is what you're not going to do. Me and Moniece may not be together, but as long as I'm around, Moniece will always have a place to stay. And she is not homeless. She has a place to stay right now. And even if she didn't have any money, Rich got her back. He ain't going to handle all that bitch assness. See, this is when Ray felt some type of way, like, hold up, who you talk about? And Rich was like, I'm talking to you and your woman. Yeah, I ain't going to be sitting here throwing all this at Moniece right now. She ain't homeless, and she will never be homeless as long as there is a Rich Dollaz. I mean, we may not be together, but long as I'm in the presence of this, earth, she will always have a home. I was like, you go ahead and do it, Rich. You may be, the creepiest creep of all creeps, but, you did stand up for Moniece, and I appreciate you for that. So the host asked Moniece, so you knew Rich had a past, being a creep. He is a self-proclaimed creep. He is like the head of all creeps that ever creeped. She's like, yes, I knew that Rich had a past. We all have a past, but I wasn't judging him on his past. I went by how he was treating me, and he treated me very, very well. So that's what I went on. I was like, you know what, Moniece? I kind of agree with you that just because he was being creepy in the past, maybe he changed his way once he was with Moniece. And then we get to, Moniece's mama, Marla. I don't know why I thought her name was Mary, but anyway, it's Marla. And he was like, before you went on and did your slight investigation on my background, you should have done a thorough investigation, because I paid $3,000 a week on child support. Not a month, but a week. My children are well taken care of. These blogs, they ain't gonna put that out there. They just gonna put like, Rich is a bum, he not paying his child support. But certain blogs, they are not the most reliable sources to go to. You could put anything out there, and like, as long as people talk about it, more people gonna believe it. And he said that's not true. You should have did a thorough investigation on my background before you just went up there and just made it seem like I'm a bum and I ain't taking care of my children. Good. I'm glad you are taking care of your kids. That's one thing I can't stand, is for people not taking care of their children. You help make that child, help take care of that child. I'm not saying that child has to have designer things head to toe, but your child should look like they have some decent clothes on, look like they've been bathed, look like they've been fed, taken care of, like they're getting an education, these sort of things, like they have a house, a bed to sleep in, all that stuff. Then we get on to Nikki. Why did you feel that you need to go tell Rich what Fizz told you? Yeah, Ray was like, man, why'd you have to go and do that? Why you had to go put that out there? She's like, well, I thought it was my responsibility to do that. I am dating Fizz, which I still, like, y'all dating, okay, you still telling us this? Not believing it, don't believe it one bit. Not buying it, even if it was for a penny. But anyways, Moniece, she cleared some things up. She said, when me and Fizz had that, talk, I let him know several times, this is not me declaring my love for you. I don't want to get back with you. I'm just telling you that I love you and I will always love you. She says, yes, I will always love him because he is the father of my child. They didn't put that in there, of course. That's why when you on these shows, you gotta watch what you say, because they can cut and edit some stuff to make it seem like you like I thought she was declaring her undying love for Fizz, but she was saying, I love you and I will always love you. But she was like, I will always love you because you are the father of my son, my only child, and I will love you for that. We made this child together. And she was saying how she never really had closure in their relationship, and she wants that closure because she wants to be with Rich. That's what was going on, and they didn't show that. I guess they didn't show Fizz telling this to Nikki or Nikki telling this to Rich, so made it seem like, okay, Moniece don't know what she wants. She trying to have her cake and eat it too. Like, okay, whichever one I can be with, that's who I'm gonna be with. And that's not how it was. But Nikki was like, well, Rich was trying to look for a way out anyway. And Rich was like, I have never needed to be sneaky about wanting to get out of a relationship. When I want to be out of a relationship, I'll just be like, you know what, this ain't working. Bye. But Rich is that creep. So I was like, I can kind of see that happening. Like Rich is being like, you know what, I'm not trying to do this no more. You're getting a little too crazy, so I don't want to be with you no more, and that's it. I have a question. What was that wig that Brandi was wearing? I'm telling you, that looked like this wig I had on when I was young, going trick-or-treating. This witch's wig I had on. I'm telling you, that is exactly like, almost identical to that wig I had. Like, I got it at some little, you know, back in the day they had, I don't even know if they still do that, but you get a costume, I had a witch's costume, a cable with a wig, a little witch outfit and everything. But anyways, that's what the wig was giving me. It was like black and white, but I don't even, was it gray or white? But anyway, I didn't like it. The way she had her hair throughout the whole season was fine. And then she get on a reunion, and then she's wearing that hair. Then she had on some kind of gown that I don't know if it was feathers at the bottom, and it looked too big. It looked too heavy for her, because you know Brandi, she is a very skinny girl. So it looked like it was heavy on her, and I was like, why do these women do that? Why, when we get on reunions, we wearing ball gowns and these exaggerated and extravagant gowns and stuff like that? Why can't we just have on like a nice simple dress? Maybe a nice tailored pantsuit, something nice. Why do we have to be all exaggerated gowns and feathers and all this stuff? And then Max is sitting there with gold at the bottom row of his teeth. I'm like, what are they doing? And then he had this hat on, and it was like so much giving me Run DMC. I'm telling you, when they showed him in the audience just sitting back there, I was like, he could have been the fourth member of Run DMC. I'm telling you. I'm like, she got on this hair that don't look right, this gown that looks too heavy on her. He got this hat on. He got the bottom row of his teeth with, you know, gold on it. And you know his teeth ain't the best teeth. It's like the canines on the side are like going in when they should be going down. It was like a lot going on, and I couldn't focus on what they were talking about because I was so distracted about what they were wearing, and it was bothering me. So we have Fizz apologizing to Kamiah for calling her an appetizer, and I forgot about this girl. She was on there for what, all of maybe 3 episodes, and the whole total time maybe had 10 minutes. So I'm like, we bringing in extras to come on stage to do this. This is what we're doing, Mona Scott Young. Like, but it was good that he apologized. Like, I didn't mean to call you, you know, an appetizer. I was just trying to show, like, trying to make a way for you to see that I'm not really here for dating right now. Yes, it was wrong that I called you an appetizer. I didn't mean it like that, but, you know, it was a metaphor. I was like, okay, Fizz, this is what we're doing. But Fizz always looks like he's sleepy. It's like his eyes is like, okay, I just took a Benadryl and I'm about to fall out right now, so come and get this shot while you can before I'm like passed out over there. This is what I'm getting. Then at one point, Nikki, she was like, yes, me and Fizz are dating. She's still telling us this. I'm still not buying it, because like, if y'all dating, why are you not calling him Drew? Why are you calling him by his stage name? This is what I want to know. You're calling him Fizz. This your boyfriend. You should be calling by him by his government name. My opinion. But it's just like, okay, he was there for me when my brother just passed away this year, and he was there for me. Then Brandi brings her tail on stage because she wants to comfort her, and then like she was like bending down. I was like, did y'all see her closure on her wig, or that weave she had on? It was throwing me off. It's like the camera intentionally like zoomed in on that area. I don't know if I was the only one that caught it, but I was sitting, I had to rewind it like 2 or 3 times to make sure that that's what I was seeing. It's like, since the hair was like black and gray or white. I don't know if it's gray or white, but it was more of the gray or white on top and like a little more black, you know, on the bottom. And when she bent down, you could see the white hair. Then you can see a little black spot. Like, they didn't make a top closure. I don't know weaves and wigs like that, but I know they do make closures to where you don't see like the little hole right there. But that was throwing me off as well. But I was like, I understood why Brandi was going on stage to like comfort her, but then at the same time, I was thinking she just wanted to get some more shine because they didn't really talk about her and Max all that much. Like, all they did was like argue and fuss a fight about him wearing rings, him possibly cheating, and this, that, and the third. So lastly, we have Moniece, SHANDA, and Brandi having a what it is to be a mother standoff. So Moniece, she is on the stage talking about, so when I had my son, my mom and my daddy, they wasn't getting that taking care of my son. They wasn't putting their dreams on hold. That was me. I went from having my son 6 days a week to being able to see my son 6 hours at a time. She's like, it's been hard on me. I was catching the bus to be with my son. Y'all over here making it seem like I'm a bad mama, but it was like, you was kind of portrayed as a bad mom, because it was like Fizz was making it seem like you go like weeks and weeks without seeing your son. So I mean, I guess that's where it come off it. And then at one point, Brandon's like, "You're supposed to be there for your son. I don't care if I gotta catch the bus or do this, that, and the third." I don't remember what she was saying because she was talking too fast. She's like, "I will be there for my son." She's like something, and Moniece, she's like, Brandon's like, "I'm a mother," and Moniece's like, "You are not my son's mother. You are not my son's mother." And you know, she's doing that whole crazy to where she's not making much expressions, but she's talking loudly. So I'm like, okay, something is about to happen. Then we got SHANDA over here sitting next to Moniece's mom, and she's like, "Who you talking to?" And you know, Marlo's sitting there like, "Girl, just sit down." She was sitting there like this was her child. Like, "Girl, don't be acting a fool, making me look bad out here on TV." They get to arguing. I don't know what happened, but like they all like rushed the stage at once, and I kept on trying to rewind it to see what was going on. But it turned out to be what it is to be a mama standoff between these three women, and like, I don't know, maybe we are portraying Moniece to be a bad mom because, you know, first season Fizz did do a lot of that, but it could be the way that they're showing her, like, okay, this is what's happening, and it could be that she's a good mom, but like she could be better. So I don't know, but next week it's gonna be a lot. They showed Miles, Milan, his sisters, Amber, and all them, and it was the same thing that we've talked about the whole season. He should have came out earlier. How hard it was for him to come out. Milan is happy that he came out, and every time they showed Milan, he's licking his lips. I'm like, well, somebody get this child some chapsticks, because it's creeping me out. He's sitting there like, why are you licking your lips all the time? Oh, is that a nervous habit? What is it? Amber's on stage talking about something. I was mad because my child looked at him as a daddy. Her daddy died, and he was there for her, and this, that, and other, and I love him. And I was like, I'm tired. I'm glad that I'm glad that I don't have to see them anymore, because they was getting on my nerves, because it was like, it was the same thing, like going over in a loop. Just kept on each week. Why haven't you came out to Amber? I'm going to come out to Amber. It's not time. She's not ready. I'm not ready. He comes out. Well, why couldn't I come with you? I had to do it myself. It's just like, I was tired of seeing it. So, yeah. That was Jessica. Oh, yeah. Earlier, when Ray and Tier and Princess was up there, Ray talking about some, yeah, Princess, she was calling me on the phone talking about some, yeah, when you kick Princess out the house, we can come over and I can get back with you. She was like, if I wanted to get back with you and have sex, I'd be like, let's just have sex. I was like, you know, Tier, she doesn't seem like that person. She's just been like, okay, let's just have sex, whether you with or without Princess. So, I would have liked if Tier to just like left that whole Princess situation alone, because it made her look bad. They didn't really talk much about Hazel. They had Soulja Boy and Nia there, which I was surprised that we ain't seen them since her daddy got on her about letting, you know, Soulja Boy treat her like that. But, yeah. That was the gist of it on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.